So listen, Ilya, after a huge 2024, beating featherweight legends Alexander Volkanovski, Max Holloway, you have left 145 pounds behind. You've spoken already about the suffering you had to go through to make these weight cuts and all that, and you're done with it. But I'm curious, like when you knocked out Max Holloway in October, did you believe that night you were already done with the weight class?
Even before the fight, I was sure that I would leave the division. I already spoke to my family, to my team, and I told to everyone like this is the last fight, this is the last weight cut I'm doing. So after this one, we are going to the lightweight division.
Was this last weight cut, was it particularly challenging compared to others, or was it kind of in line with the more recent ones?
Always when you have that last miles to run, you are getting like more exhausted, more tired, and that was happening to me in the last weight cut. I knew it that it was the last weight cut, so I suffered a lot. But anyways,
Of
we
course, of course.
already go through that that moment.
Yeah, yeah. Now, you early in your career, you fought all the way down at bantamweight, like your brother. Um, Obviously, you moved up to 145. I'm curious, at what point did 145 start to feel challenging? Because it must not have been so bad at one point.
So I remember that before the Bryce Mitchell's fight, it was like normal to cut that weight, but then I grow, I get more muscle, I get higher a little bit. So yeah, I started to feel after the Bryce Mitchell's fight, like wow, the weight cut was really hard, and I was like, now I can't move to the lightweight division because I'm already ranked. So I want to finish this chapter that I have. Once I become a world champion, I will move to the lightweight. But when I become a world champion, I beat Volk, and then I had in my division Max Holloway. So I was like, I can't leave the division without fighting him. I have to fight him. I have to beat him, and then I'm done. And
Of
this is what I
course.
did.
And now here you are. You're at 155 pounds.
And
I
now,
can
and
only
new.
imagine, and new. That's the goal, right? I can only imagine you're feeling a lot better looking ahead to like not losing those extra 10 pounds, right? You got to be pleased.
I feel much better. That 10 pounds makes the difference.
That's
Trust me.
awesome.
Just
That's awesome to
imagine
hear for
10
you.
pounds of meat in the table. That's a lot of meat.
Indeed, indeed. But obviously you're walking into a title shot, like we said, against former champion Charles Oliveira. Islam Makhachev vacated the belt, paving the way for this fight. You've spoken about your preference was to take the belt off of Makhachev for
Yeah.
and rather than a vacant title. But I'm curious for your own state of mind. Do you feel like not fighting him, you would need to do more work in beating maybe other contenders to get like proper recognition as the 155-pound champion?
At all, to be honest, the prize would be much bigger if I would beat Makachev because he has been dominating the whole division since a long time ago. So I wanted to face him and take the belt from him. But now that he decided to move up to the welterweight and I have to face Charles, I don't know. I don't I don't really feel that I have to defend the belt many times to prove to anyone anything. I'm just doing my thing, enjoying. I already become a world champion. Now I will become a two-weight classes world champion, and whoever is next, I will be there
And
as always.
you probably heard that Umar Nurmagomedov, he recently did an interview talking about Hunter Campbell, flew out to Dagestan to convince Makhachev to move up to 170, paved the way for you to move up because, in his words, the UFC believes that you, Ilya, can really sell. What sort of interactions have you had with the UFC about this whole situation with Islam and possibly fighting him for the title before that all happened?
So when I decided to move up to the lightweight division, of course, I had the conversation with the UFC. I told them like I don't want to cut more the weight. I don't want to go down to the featherweight. I want to move up. and they told me that they would give me the title shot directly. And I didn't ask anything else. They didn't tell me anything else that they would take the belt from anyone. The first offer was against Islam. I don't know what the conversations were with him, what they told him. So I'm here. I don't know. This was the whole story with the UFC. I told them that I wanted to move up. They told me, okay, you're gonna fight for a title directly, and I vacated the belt. That was all.
Sure. Sure. I'm just curious, how much of a priority is it for you to one day face Makhachev? Are you okay not doing it, or is that something that's still a goal?
I don't care. I don't wanna run behind anyone. You know what I mean? So if he wants to fight, I will be here. I will defend my belt, and he can come and fight for a lightweight belt, or I can move to the welterweight and we fight for the welterweight belt. I don't care.
Gotcha. Now, again, Oliveira, he's the man who is next. He's the one you've got to worry about. It's not Islam. He spent a portion of his career down at 145, just like you. Came up, finally settled in at lightweight. He's filled out in terms of size. You would not be one of the taller 155 pounders, but I'm just curious, how large do you expect to be, in this fight and maybe going forward too, even bigger potentially?
Very, very large, extra large.
How so? I
So
mean, what are we gonna say? Are you gonna look different?
it's not a secret that he's taller than me, but who cares? Once I want to close the distance, he's gonna end up in the floor with his lights out, and that's all important about the story.
And obviously you alluded to this. Your knockouts have been coming for you a lot more lately, but you still have more submissions on your record. He has the all-time record in the UFC for submission victories. Is that kind of an area you would be interested in testing yourself against with him?
Of course, if I will have the opportunity to submit him in the fights, of course I will go for it. But to be honest, it's not in my game plan to go for the submission. My game plan is to stay there, to take his head off, and if he wants to go to the ground and pull to his guard, I will go with him. I don't have any problem to going with him to the ground. So I could submit him. I can knock him out. Whatever I want, I can do with him. I know that he has the most finishes in the UFC history, but as I said, I feel that I'm much better than him everywhere. He fought with guys that none of them are named Ilia Topuria. He never faced that Matador. He's gonna feel something completely different that he felt in the past with any opponents he had, and he's gonna feel that since the first second of the fight. Something completely different. The power, the speed, the fight IQ, the technique, everything he's gonna feel, it's gonna be different.
Just want to get two more questions in with you, Ilya, if you don't mind. Now, the backup fighter for this one is going to be Artem Sarukian, right? Or Arman
That's a
Sarukian,
bad
excuse me.
decision for him. I don't
Hmm.
know why he accepted because you can't come here as a backup fighter. I don't know how long did he train for this fight, but if something happens to anyone, even to me, I think that there's no possibility that something could happen with me. But who knows? No one knows what's going to happen tomorrow. Even with Charles, he would struggle a lot. And with me, there's like, he has no chances. No chances. Like, first round, first minutes of the fight, what he's going to do? Go for the takedowns. Bro, come on.
Now, I'm curious though, do you think he should be next in line after this fight? Because obviously he must be stepping in probably to get back in the UFC's good graces after what
I
happened
wouldn't.
earlier this year.
I wouldn't give him the chance immediately. He needs to win one more fight. He had the opportunity to fight for the title. He pulled out. I don't know for what reasons, but he pulled out. So he needs to win his shot again against I don't know mm, someone. There's Justin Gaethje, Paddy Pimblett, many guys in the division that also deserve the shot. So they need to fight between each others.
Okay, okay. And the last question I had for you is, you're only 28 years old. You are still the UFC's youngest champion. Even with Jack Della Maddalena, he's still a few months older than you. How long are you planning to kind of stick around this sport? Because you're still, getting started, right? Like, but also you've accomplished a lot.
I don't know, till I enjoy, till I feel motivated in this game. Right now, I feel very motivated. This is the first time that I really enjoyed the whole process of the training camp, the fight, everything. Like I'm really enjoying for the first time the whole process. So I don't know. As I told you, no one knows what's gonna happen tomorrow. Till I enjoy, I will be here and fighting for the fans.